Right, after some heaps of trial and error, and it's still not showing, it's still not working properly. I don't know if that's Firefox, I don't know if it's me or whatever, but this is my other attempt at it again. Oh good lord, and I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. So, hi to anybody who's watching this before I edit it, because I might have to edit it. But I'm going to go at this again because the sound was so quiet on the last one. So I'm going to show this. This is not how this version of what I'm going to do is going to sound, but I'm going to show what I came up with. Right, all of that, or basically 95% of that, was made up by just pressing 3 buttons. So I'm going to show you how you do that. It's a thing called Randomize Events. I didn't come up with it, what am I on about? I came across it when I was doing my 5-minute challenges, which I think are really useful. They get you up to speed on stuff, and it kind of puts you into a pressure zone and makes you kind of work well under pressure. So oh, do you know what? I should have put this to private to say so that I could have edited it. I don't know if I can do that now. I probably can't now. Yeah, no, I can't. It's whatever it is what it is. Unless let's see. No, yeah. Oh, wait. Can I? Let me see. Right. Okay. So, like I said, I'll do that again. This is what I did on my last stream, which the sound was terrible and it didn't come out, so this is why I'm doing it again. Hopefully you should be able to hear my voice alright, and you should be able to hear the music fine as well. So like I said, I didn't say because I've edited that or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, basically 95% of that was made up by pressing 3 buttons, and the button, well, pressing 1 button, not 3 buttons, pressing 1 button 3 times or 4 times or whatever. And that button was Randomize Events here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you from a blank. So I'm going to kill it all and come up with something completely different from blank to show you. This is a great tool for whenever you're kind of just stuck and you haven't got any ideas, or you just want to try something different and maybe get inspired by something that you normally wouldn't program. So what I'm going to do is delete this so that I'm back at the beginning. Oh, by the way, like it says at the time when this is recorded, I hope that you're all well and I hope you stay safe and keep off the streets, quite literally. Do you know what I mean? And wash your hands. So anyway, so I'm going to load up something, a kit, and I'll choose that kit, it's whatever. Do my special of launch and note at the same time together, put it to screen, because screen gives you all the information on these 8 things. I said this before, but I might say it again. Anybody who wants to take off quantize, you don't have to switch through quantize. There's an easy way to do it. All you have to do is turn down the strength. If the strength is not, there's no quantize. So you're just playing what you're playing. So I'm doing it back to there, and I'll put a bit of swing on it because that's the way I roll. So this sound, the kit is okay. As you can see, I've got no headphones on, so all I've done is turn down speakers because I can't be bothered putting headphones in. So you can hear this and this should come out fine now. Fingers crossed that I've done it right. So first thing I want to do is I want to go to matrix, and I'm going to create a blank thing, about a blank clip. I'm going to make it 2 bars long. I'm going to make everything 2 bars long. It doesn't have to be, it could be 20 billion bars long. It's just that it's easier if it's smaller, and then I can double it if I want to. It makes more sense. Start small, get big. Start small, get big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into clip edit by pressing clip, and I'm going to press edit. And then there's a thing here, randomize events. There's several, humanize and blah, blah, blah. They're in the MPC as well. Why are these any good? Because they make you come up with ideas that you might never see. So I'll press that. And what it has is it has 2 types of events. You have drum events and you have melodic events. It automatically goes to drum events when you put a drum program in. It goes to melodics automatically when you put melodics. Melodics, plugins, key groups, I don't quote me, I don't know if CV and MIDI work on them. They should do, because it sends signal out, so it should do. So I can't see why it wouldn't. Anyway, next thing underneath that is replace. The replace here is replace all events. You can change replace all events to different types, add existing. So if you like something but you want to add to it, you'd go replace add existing. Or you can, if you like, say the way the snare pattern was, no, say you like everything else but you don't like the snare pattern that it came up with, then you can replay the notes on that range. So all you do is go to the range and then it'll replace that. So let me explain how you replace notes on a range. Here's the range. You've got your quantize amount, 16ths, is what I put it to because I want it to be busy. Automatically they have a guess that the first 8 are going to be the main percussive things, kick, snares, blah blah blah, cup of tea and slice of cake. Me personally, I like to do my own kicks in, but what I'm going to do just to show how this works is I'm going to leave it from A1 to A8. Density is how many of this it does. So like basically if you put 100% in, it'll flood out that track. It'll be just flooded. It'd sound like rubbish, right? 10 is slim and little. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to go up. Actually, it can't go to 100, it can go to 50. And if we haven't got that far, I'm going to say, let's go halfway, 25. So that should be busy. Rhythms, what that does is it repeats the rhythm. So how much times it repeats the rhythm. So like basically if you brought that down to 1, it'd probably be just a kick or a snare by itself, or it might be a kick and then it go to a snare or whatever, so on and so forth. So the more higher it is, the busier that rhythm is going to be, the less it kind of repeats from my observation of things. So let's move that all up. So what we'll do is move it up, and then what we'll do is we'll get rid of all the kicks, because the kicks for me are the drivers, and make sure that on the 2 and the 4 the snare are there. Why I say that? Because all dance music, all music that we do really, unless it's anything before the 1950s is what I always say, anything before the 1950s, the snare is going to land on the 2nd bar and the 4th bar, 2 and 4. Yeah, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So so I'm going to press do it, and when I press do it, it's going to just give me a pattern. You can't hear the pattern. Why? Because I haven't pressed play. So I'm going to keep that because that sounds interesting, but I'm going to do another pattern. So I've kept that, but because I'm on this and I haven't closed this, it's going to take the information and put it on this one. So always remember, if you want to change that, you have to close this to make it work on another one. So I'm going to change that pattern again. Let's see what else we come up with. Sounds like trash. See? That sounds alright. Question is, did that start on the beat or not? So I'm going to turn up the volume a little bit so I can hear that, because I can't really hear that click. You can, but I can't. So where is it? Oh, don't tell me it's behind here. Oh, it is. Right. Turn it up a bit. Oh, cool. Okay, so we've got a little pattern. Let's see. We'll keep this one. That's funky. So next thing, what we can do is we'll close that to come out of there. There we've got our pattern. Right. Let's get a bass line. So I'm going to go to plugin, and I'll flip back to here so I can see me send. Right. I'm going to create a clip on here. So create clip. I'm going to go to here. To shift clip is a shortcut back to hype or whatever. Just for difference, I'm going to come off hype, and I'm going to go to tube synth, and I'm going to look for a bass on tube synth. So I've got no idea what these basses are like. Pulse filter. See what that's like. So go back to clip. We'll press plugin, clip edit, and then go into randomize events again. This time I want to make sure that that bass sound isn't too mad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it go between C2 and C3. Let's see what. So that's the lowest note. That's going to be the highest note. Little tip, if you didn't know this, what the greens light up us is, if it's a soft green, what that means is it's not anywhere else. That's the main route. If it's a light green, like these are lighter than these, right? That means it's either an octave up or octave down. So watch. If I press that, this now is, if you notice, this is a light green, that's a dark green. So what that means is that is the same as that, is the same as that. But that and that are higher and lower. So whenever you look at that and you're like, well, where is it lower? Where is it? So if you look here, nothing's lower. Nothing's lower than this. The lowest one is the same. So what I would need to do is I'd need to move the octave up if I want to do that. Or what I can do, because the other thing is, which is beauty about these three things, is if you hold them, right, because I've got launch on, obviously. I've got launch on, so we'll talk about that later. So anyway, let's get back. So bass line. So I'm going to get that. I'm going to go random events, and then I'm going to I'm going to change that C1 and C to C3 because I don't want the bass line to go too mad. I'm going to change it from major to minor because I like minor, but I'm going to do it as a pentatonic because that means there's 5 notes, so it won't go too crazy. I'll take off legato because I don't want the notes to stick to each other. Keep it as one polyphony because I want the bass line. I don't want it to double over it and end up with some weird whack-ass bass line. Keeping the density the same as it is. In fact, I'm going to change the root from C. I'm going to change it to, I don't know why this is sharp. They should keep with the same thing as F flat. I don't know what they do it on the other. There's little things like that where I'm not keen on. There's no reason why this should be sharp. It makes no sense. But anyway, whatever. So I press that, and now we've just got ourselves the bass line. Is it good? I don't know. It's random. So the end part of that ain't too bad. This front part's whack, as far as I'm concerned. But here's where you can get really smart. So now I'm just going around this one. So if I go here again and I look at this, where is it? There, it's going to just give me the 1. Yeah, it's going to give me the 1 bar. Even though there's 2 bars, because I've cycled around 1, I can fix this to something different. So maybe that might sound interesting. Let's go back to 2 bars and see what happens. Oh, do you know what I did? I did something dumb. So let me undo that. Undo that again. Because what I forgot to do is I want it to only do it around a certain range. And I've just learnt something new here. You can't do that. So you can tell it the bars, but if I go here, it's going to do it in the range of these notes, right? But it's not going to do it over a bar, or is it? Replace events on the note range for 1 bar. Is it going to just give me 1 bar? Let's see. All right, okay. So we just learned something new there. That isn't the range. That's how much it's going to do it for. So it'll get rid of everything else that you might want. Oh, I'm going to have to do that twice. So. It's alright, it'll do. Not losing sleep over it. Okay, so that's that. So let's go on and we'll find some kind of chord kind of thing to go with it. So again, I'm going to create bars and I'll add that into there. And I'll go here, but the slight difference what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that higher. So I'm going to make that C3. C4, and then I'm going to make the polyphony. So now it's going to play, I'll make it free, so it's going to play some kind of chord bits and bits together. So I'll press play to let that play. So it's blank at the moment. In fact, let's make sure that that's in the context, right? And then now I'm going to press this and see what happens. Let's make sure we're on the right, yeah, we've got an F sharp, so remember that. So when we come here, we've got to do F sharp. So let's do that again, we'll go tune. Yeah, that'll do me. So we've got that. We've got another rhythm there. Maybe I'm like, yeah, that rhythm's all right. Can you see how it's doing notes together? But I might say, yeah, no, I'm all right with that, but I'm not feeling it. So I can press it again. Randomize. Yeah, I like that. So now I've got myself a little tune, but what I like to do, because there's a lot of movement in that, I might want to hone that, have something that'll make that gel together a bit more for me. So what I can do is I can put another chord in, and then I can say this is my, like, I don't know if a better way of saying it, my main body chords. So just for the sake of making this smooth, because I'm feeling a bit smooth today, I'll keep it on there. Right, I'm going to make it a pad, a warm pad type sound. So that was F sharp. So F sharp, there. F sharp is G flat. You see, this is what it's better if I just kept it flat, because like, it can be confusing if you look at that. So I don't know why that's saying sharp, and it's the same on here. They need a, well, I don't know, hopefully somebody sees this stuff and fixes it. So what were I, pentatonic, I said pentatonic. So I've got that. So I'm going to go to progressions. I'm going to just choose a progression, and I'm going to choose a pop progression. Truthfully, what I would have done is I'd look here and I'd look for something which is a pentatonic minor, but because I don't want to take thousands of years doing this. Hopefully this sounds alright, because I'm going to get rid of the other one which was similar, but I think this is a little quicker. I'm 20 minutes in, the last one I did 40 minutes, so that's minor. So I'll just use them 3 chords. I've got no idea what that was like, but it should be alright. I didn't need to create one for that, because I've just realised I don't need to create a blank one for this, because this is the one I'm going to play. So do you know what, I'm going to have to put some headphones on here, because I've got no idea what that sounds like. It's too quiet. So put my little headphones in, see if that's any good. Yeah, it's all right. Let's record that and see what's So I'll say to myself that I'm not feeling that so much, so let's change this. We'll change this one by going in here and looking at still C4. We'll make it 2 and we'll go up. In fact, we'll keep it 3 and we'll make it 5 so that it's going to go high. Let's see. Right, let's have a listen. Here we go. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm feeling that. I'm going to change them chords. I'll look for another one with a minor. Anywhere else? Minors, come on. 10. Change that sound a bit, something I can vibe with. I need something what makes it bounce. Let's do something like maybe that. Yeah, that'll probably work. So gap. So as you can see, that tune was just made up literally. Oh, let's take that clip off. Yeah, and we've got a tune. Basically, got an idea of a tune. Can strip that down, change it, change the bass like to a different sound. Let's see. So this sound for me is something else. Maybe even add, see, now we can go to town on it. Maybe we'll say filter gate, or maybe a pump. Let's try a pump instead of filter gate. Yeah, that's got groove. What? So let's see. Oh, don't tell me that crashed. Well, I'm hoping that didn't crash. I'm hoping that didn't crash. Well, hopefully, because I just noticed I minimised that. I didn't mean to minimise it. But this is what happened. This is what we came up with. So let's hope that you got that. So yeah, YouTube was not receiving enough to. Oh, you good lord. Whatever. Hopefully you caught some of that. Hopefully. And let's see how that works. If I don't like that, I'm gonna redo it again, but hopefully that should have been alright. Please, please. Anyway, stay safe. I'm gonna stop this and then end stream because I did this wrong last time. So hopefully this has been helpful and it worked, and hopefully you heard that, you got most of it. We'll see. Alright, peace, stay safe.